Good morning, it's Debbie, and my garage sale is done. Yay! I'm so excited about it being over. We've got our new gas refrigerator coming tomorrow, being delivered by some delivery company, so we're kind of getting that ready to put in. I've got everything that was left over from the garage sale in the house. My son would like to go through it before we get rid of anything, so I think it's all going to be a donation to Goodwill or something. And excited about that it's over, that we know what we're doing with the rest of the stuff. We'll come back in a couple weeks or a few weeks and get it to Goodwill or have them come, one or the other. I'm sorry, my hair's driving me crazy. I don't like this, but I like my haircut. I love the perm. It's staticky right here. So either way, I'm on day 169 today. It's almost 6 months. It will be 6 months on the 30th with the week we took off on the cruise. It's not an okay week. And it is December 16th. It's my grandson's birthday. He turned 20 today, and he's moving out on his own. He's been living with his mom, and his mom is moving back to Louisville, Kentucky. So he's moving in with a friend. It's the first time he's really been out of the house and independent. So I remember what those times are like. It's exciting times. Let's see. Yep, the garage sale went great. We're settling in. The only thing for this week is to get the refrigerator in, take some days off, do a load of laundry, and get ready to go to my daughter's for 5 days. And then we're going back to that campground that I like, Colleton Park, that has the river that runs through it, that I like. And yeah, that's it up until the January 1st. That's the rest of our December, what that looks like. I don't know how much we've made. It's not going to be enough to pay for the refrigerator, but I bought it on Amazon with no interest. I think it's like $150 a month for 12 months or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to put the bulk of it on there though, because I just don't like being in debt. Just don't like it. So my prayer is that within myself, I know peace in my head. I know peace in my heart. I just have a hard time getting my body to know the peace. But the one thing I did do was a week ago Sunday, so it's been 8 days today, 9 days today. I did quit all dairy except creamer. I still using the heavy whipping cream, but this is driving me nuts. There, that's better. I haven't used any cheese or any other dairy products, no cottage cheese, no Philadelphia cream cheese, no sour cream. Butter and heavy whipping cream is all that I've been using, and I did see 159 again on the scale. So happy about that. It's at least moving. Might go down and back up, but at least I saw movement. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about Christmas coming up. I'm excited about New Year's with my friend from Indiana. And let's see. What else about Carnivore? Oh, I put these in my pocket. My husband loves the brown butter bites. So I'm making him some of this as a treat because he's working hard. He's doing a little bit of landscaping here at our son's while we're here. And and an electrician is coming to help Dave maybe reduce some wiring because we can only do like one thing at a time, and sometimes it shorts out. So he's going to help us with some of the electrical that Dave doesn't know how to do. Let's see, I'm going to be 71 in 2025. I remember how old that was. I thought 30 was old. When I was in school, like even new teachers that came out of college were old, weren't they? They were old then. Let's see, about the personal part, like if you're done hearing about the carnivore, feel free to leave. As far as the personal, I said that I think I left off just mad, really hurt by guys, if it hadn't already been enough. And I got really hard-hearted, and I let unforgiveness in toward all men, including the Lord, and just did what I wanted, when I wanted, how I wanted, and why I wanted. It all really just became about me, and I decided I was going to say who and what and where and why. And I also didn't want to date any single guys anymore because you couldn't trust them. And I already knew going into any married relationships that nothing could happen. So I was safe. So a few years later, after I left, the guy in Philadelphia, when I got down to Florida, they had an advertisement for people wanting to go up to Eglin Air Force Base at the northern part of Florida and do reserve training. They would have a plane come down and pick us up in Orlando. And it was us in Macon, Georgia, I believe, and someplace in Alabama. Dothan, I don't remember. But anyway, they would come pick us all up and take us to Eglin Air Force Base, one of the auxiliary fields. And then on Sunday, they would take us all back home. And I worked on the flight line like I did before. I got along with everybody. Of course, it was only one weekend a month. Didn't accept any invitations out of town. I did go to the NCO club, and people said they wished I drank beer because they said I have a champagne taste in a beer pocketbook. Well, the truth is I don't care for champagne either. I did like mixed drinks a lot back then, including in my teens. But so I went to the NCO club, and I ended up meeting this guy on the flight line that we had a relationship with for over a year or so. I loved him, but I felt safe because he was married and nothing was going to happen. And I knew that. And I got to the end. I mean, it was one of those things that Hallmark movies are made of, or better yet, Bridges of Madison County. Like, don't watch that. Do not watch Bridges of Madison County, because I was the woman who held that handle on the car door wondering what to do. But I wasn't the one with the kids. He was. But it got to the point, like, he would make up cassette tapes for me all month long and then give them to me, and I would be able to take it home and listen to it, then make one for him and take it back the following month, and we kept that going. And of course, all hidden. There was one time they were on their way to Minnesota just before our flights were going back to Orlando. There was a flight going to Minnesota, and he was on it, and a bunch of other guys was on it. Well, it was my turn. My plane was waiting on me because it was my job to take the chalks out from the plane and throw them in the loading dock on the inside of the plane. Well, when I got there, I threw up the chalks, and all of a sudden I got picked up by my belt and thrown back in the airplane. And it was the guy I was seeing hijacked me, in a good way, to Minnesota. So, we had such a great time that week. It was one of those things that love stories and Hallmark movies, maybe more Lifetime. Hallmark doesn't cheat around, I don't think. But anyway, one time after about a year and a half of being together every weekend, which always keeps romance going. You know, if you're only seeing somebody 2 days a month, you can stay in love with them for like a really long time. So at the end of like 18 months, I think, he ended up not being able to get a sitter, and he showed up with his 3.5-year-old son. And he started asking questions, and all of a sudden the reality of everything I was doing hit me. And my mom also said, you know, if you end up going out with a guy who cheats on you and you win him over, all you've done is won over somebody who cheats on you. And I got to thinking about that, and his son, and the reality of it all came up. And we met. I guess I had gone to New York or something, and he ended up in Vermont. And he asked if we couldn't just spend the weekend together. So I did, and then he said he'd say goodbye forever. So I did. I went and spent the weekend with him, and when we were at the bus station, and he was leaving, it was one of those days where it was raining. We were under the awning thing outside the bus station, and it was raining, and he kissed me, And he said, if I ever leave her for any other reason, I'll find you. Man, that stuck with me. That was hard. It was really, really hard. But I walked away. And on the way out, I went back in. Like, he kissed me goodbye, and that was it. He got on the bus and drove away. And when I got done, I went back in the train station or bus station, and they had pamphlets there about Christian walk and Jesus' forgiveness and his righteousness, and not what we've done. But if we're, if we truly repent, he forgives us. And I was feeling as low could be. So I picked up one of those tracts and I read it after I got home. And, I kept questioning myself, this isn't who you are. Why are you doing this? So anyway, that's the end of that part of the story. I ended up quitting the reserves there and going to New York because I had to get out. I couldn't keep my commitment and keep going up there to see him. So I left and went to a place where they didn't have any Air Force bases. So therefore I was let out with no problem. So anyway, I see I've gone to 11 minutes. I am feeling great. I am feeling motivated, energized. I just feel really, really good. I don't know how else to explain that. I'm not having fun eating, but I'm looking at it as it's not supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be nutritious. So pretty much I'm just eating hamburgers, meatloaf, and steak. And even the steak I tasted last night didn't taste good. So Dave ate it. I don't know why it didn't taste good to me. But anyway, if you're seeing me depressed or retelling this story, and I might sound depressed because I was reliving it just then, but I'm not. I mean, I do know he's on Facebook, and I do know he's still married to his wife. And that makes me feel really good. So do what you can to fix things. Do what you can to forgive. Do what you can to move on with your world. And Paul said that forgetting those things that lie behind, I press on toward the mark. And that's what I'm doing. I can only learn by my mistakes and keep going. And you would think that would be all the mistakes, but no, there's more to come. But anyway, I'll talk with you then and let you know how I'm doing. I'm sorry I couldn't get here this weekend, just way too busy. But talk to y'all soon. Bye.